Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing proportion. Basically, we have two types of proportion. We have direct proportion and indirect proportion. Indirect proportion can also be referred to as inverse proportion. But in this video, we'll focus our attention mainly on direct proportion. As you can see on the screen, in direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases. That is direct proportion. So basically, in direct proportion, you have to consider which quantities are being compared, and you are going to use common sense to decide how they relate to each other. Now, in direct proportion, we say it's a comparison between two quantities, usually with different units. So you have to take note. For example, if you buy more packets, that means it will cost you more money. If you buy more packets of, say, biscuits, it will cost you more money. That's a direct proportion. If you are traveling further, it will take you more time. That means if you are traveling a longer distance, that means it will take you more time than traveling a shorter distance with a short time. That's a direct proportion. Another example, if more people are to be fed, that means more food will be needed. That's a direct proportion. You have to take note of that. You know, they go hand in hand. As one increases, the other increases. It's a common sense. If more people are to be transported, that means more cars will be needed. If you transport more people from one place to another, that means you have to bring more cars. That's a direct proportion. If you travel a longer distance, that means you will need more petrol. You can't use the petrol you use to travel a shorter distance for a longer distance. So it's just a direct proportion. I'm trying to put up all these examples so that you can understand what direct proportion means. Now, bigger area of floor will require more tiles. If you have to tile a floor now, you can't compare the tiles you will use for 7 rooms with the tiles you will use for 50 rooms. So the more the rooms, the more the tiles you are going to use. So once the floor gets bigger, the tiles you are going to use you need more. At the same time, if you sew more dresses, that means you will need more materials. So these are just examples. I'm taking my time to explain to you so that you can understand that in direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases. That is how direct proportion works. So we have some questions here. We'll solve them. That will buttress my point that I've been explaining, that as one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases. That is how direct proportion works. So let's dive straight into solving the question. So we say solution number 1. In first term, Mr. Sheyi bought 15 packets of books for his children for 500 naira. If in second term, he decides to increase the packet of books for his children and buys 18 packets, how much will he spend? If I may ask you, someone that bought 15 packets for 500 naira, if he is buying more packets, that means he will spend more. By implication, it means it is not the amount you use to buy 15 packets that you will use to buy 18 packets. That means you will spend more. Let's solve so that we can see what we are trying to explain. In a nutshell, you need to put at the back of your mind that in direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases. That is how direct proportion works. So let's see how much Mr. Sheyi will spend since he has decided to increase the packets that he's buying for his children. Now let's put it this way. Let's say if 15 packets of books cost 500 naira, costs how much? Let's use this symbol, 500 naira. Eating packets will cost how much? That means it will be more. That's actually what the question is asking from us. Eating packets will cost how much? We don't know. So that's what the question is actually asking from us. So with this, we can use this to get our solution. So I'm going to teach us a short method now that will help us. It will go a long way to help us, so that whenever we come across a question that involves direct proportion, we'll be able to solve it easy. So we'll say, let's say 15 packets now. 15 packets costs how much? 500 naira. So you come down here and say 18 packets. It costs how much? You don't know. So let's represent our unknown with which letter? X. Okay, let's use which letter? Y. Let's use Y. That's the unknown. Let's use Y. Awesome. Whenever you are faced with such challenge, all you need to do is to do what? To cross multiply. Cross multiplication means you are multiplying what you have here with what you have here. You are multiplying what you have here with what you have here. That is what cross multiplication simply means. It is as easy and as simple as that. So the moment you are able to do that, that means what you are trying to say is, you are saying if you are multiplying what you have here with what you have here, 15 times y will give you what? 15y. Beautiful. Then 18 times 500. 18 multiplied by 500. Awesome. So with this, you can forge ahead. So if you bring out your calculator and punch, 18 times 500 will give us 9,000. Beautiful. Because we actually want to get the cost. So this y now is actually the cost for 18 packets. Any answer we get here is the cost for 18 packets. Beautiful. Now, we need to divide both sides by 15. Subject formula comes in here. We want to make y the subject formula. So, let's divide both sides by y, by 15, sorry. Divide both sides by 15, because it's 15 that is actually disturbing our y. So let's get a template. Awesome. So up here we have 15y. We are dividing both sides by 15, equal to, we have 9,000 at this end, and we are dividing by 15. Beautiful. So the reason why we are doing this is to make y the subject of the formula, such that 15 can cancel out 15, and we now say 9,000 divided by 15. That will give us our result. So let's see what we have. With this, our 15 can cancel out 15. So our y is already standing alone. It will now be 9,000 divided by 15. Divided by 15. Awesome. So with this, our y can now equal, if you punch your calculator, 9,000 divided by 15 will give you 600. So that's 600 naira. Beautiful. That means second time that Mr. Sheyi decided to buy 18 packets, he's going to spend 600 naira. Like we said, in direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other increases. So 15 packets is 500 naira. 18 packets will be what? 600 naira. Awesome. So let's get straight to the second question. Let's say solution 2. As you can see now that the more product Mr. Sheyi decides to buy, the more money he spends. That's a direct proportion. Okay, that's the direct proportion. So let's come here. Have, let's arrange this one very well. 600 naira. So this one is solution 2. Awesome. So solution 2 now. Let's see what the question says. The question says, if 50 video productions can give 25 hours, how many video production will give 80 hours? This is just a direct proportion. So 50 video production will give 25 hours. By implication, we have that how many video production will give 80 hours. That means we have more video production that will give us 80 hours. That is just the mean. Because 50 video production is giving us 25 hours. Now, how many video will give us 80 hours? Now that the hours has increased from 25 to 80, that means we'll have more videos then. So let's see, this is direct. As one quantity increases, the other also increases. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see if 50 video production can give 25 hours. Beautiful. Then we are looking for how many video that will give us 80 hours. So let's use Y as our unknown this time around. Y video production we give how many hours? The question says 80 hours. So this time around, we are looking for how many videos we are going to make that will give us 80 hours. In the same vein, let's see. You can now say 50 video will give 25 hours. Let's say 50 videos will give how many hours? 25 hours. Beautiful. So why videos now? That's what we don't know. We're told that it's going to give us 80 hours. Beautiful. So since we apply the same principle, we cross multiply. That is, what we have here will multiply what we have here. What we have here will multiply what we have here. It's as simple as that. So if you are cross multiplying, we now say this y times 25, it will be 25y. Now equal to this 50 times 80. 50 multiplied by 80. Beautiful. Awesome. So if you bring out your calculator, you punch 50 times 80, that will give you 4,000. Awesome. So what you need to do now is to make y the subject of the formula. So you divide both sides by 25. You divide both sides by 25, yes. So that your y can stand alone. Let's get the template. Awesome. So here we have 25y. Here we are dividing by 25. We have our equality sign. Here we have 4,000. So we are dividing by 25. Beautiful. So the reason why we are doing this is so that we can make y the subject of the formula. That's the reason why we are actually dividing both sides by 25. So that this 25 that we have here can cancel out this 25 that we have here. Awesome. So we'll be left with y equals, so if we punch our calculator, 4,000 divided by 25 is going to give us what? 160. That means it's 160 videos that will actually give us 80 hours that we're looking for. That's beautiful. You can always pause, rewind this video for better clarification and understanding. Kindly help drop a comment if you have any issue with any of our videos or you have any question. We'll reply you as soon as we can. And help us like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, My Simple Maths, so that you can always get notification from us whenever we post a new video. Thank you.